Welcome back to another episode of Daily Motivation. Think differently and no filter. We'll be right back. Just stare at the cover for a little bit longer. And hopefully you put together what I'm trying to tell you. And hopefully you can put together what I'm attempting to tell you. Because there's no try. There's either to do or to do not. Alright, mic drop. Awesome, I'm culturally savvy. Alright. So are you. Alright, get some agua. Just hurry up and sit down. We just want to see you. That's why anticipation builders. I got a new rock to the collection. I was outside grounding the other day. I was like, this is pretty unique. I like the shape of things. Would you stop smacking your lips? You're not Heath Ledger. I'm keeping the spirit alive all day. Oh, your favorite toy? Can you put that somewhere? These little nasty girls. Nasty. I know what y'all be doing with the beads. I used to work with this girl back in the day. She used to tell me what she did in the beads in the shower. I was like, oh, baby J's. I never mind. I'm going to stop right there. How you doing? Just continue with the love. The left shoulder always loves grabbing the microphone when the door's left ajar. Eddie Murphy's. Eddie Murphy what? Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop laugher. He just laughs like that, period. Oh, that's more like Eddie Murphy. Okay. Eddie Furphy? Hey, sometimes I mess up too. You get the drift. Just sit down already. I'm about to slap him. It's an anticipation builder. There he is, yay! If we had a studio audience clap, that would be happening right now. Maybe Jay's. It's about that time, man. It's about 3-something in the AMs. Maybe Jay's wants to try to raise up. That's terrible. Always wants to make an appearance, the third leg. It's crazy. Okay, hold on. Let me just hit that. All right, we good. We had to edit that out real quick. Just joking. Little nasty kids. Hold on, let me move this real quick. Move the Babe Ruth right over there. Just in case we gotta play some Gallagher games. Oh, but welcome back to another episode of No Filter, Think Differently, and Daily Motivation. I figured, and the ancestors figured, we'll have this healing music playing in the background. It's not too troublish, so it shouldn't overpower my voice. But once again, for those that didn't pick up the gist of this Matrix Reloaded, this is representing the new Earth, the new frequencies. Another Matrix has been reloaded. I mean, trust me, you. I mean, these floppy disks will keep on getting inserted. Okay, I mean, all right, one program didn't work. Let's do another one. So the Matrix isn't going anywhere. It's just now the Matrix is balanced out to the light warrior side. If I'm saying that right, what I mean is the love frequencies is overbearing the negative, low vibrating frequencies that we were all trapped within for 6,000 years. Now love will reign supreme. We're ushering in the proper leadership for this new Earth. The people that represent the same frequencies as the Earth does, and we're going to all work in unison and in concert together, learn from one another, share resources with one another, protect one another, be honest with one another, and grow properly with one another the way this planet was intended to operate before the hijacking came in, messing with light code frequencies and keeping everybody separated from themselves, fighting one another, division, hatred, anger, same thing. But as long as we stuck on those frequencies, as long as we're stuck on those lower vibrating frequencies, we'll never evolve. And that's what the people in power that were misusing their power intended to keep us in that lower frequency forever, so we can keep on reincarnating here and so forth. It's a whole spiritual warfare game. But let's go back to the reason why I jumped up on here. I'm getting better, collective, at fighting the logical brain, the logical voice. I was literally curled up, so comfortable, because I had such a wonderful day again today with family, barbecue, gathering, beautiful, gorgeous weather to match the high vibing frequencies amongst us all. And so I was relaxing afterwards, and I was curled up on my bada bings. And then my left eye opened up like this on the pillow, and then I already knew what it was. I was like, all right, baby J's. For those that's new here, baby J's means baby Jesus. And I follow on conversations from the previous video or the previous video. So I will say something to pick up or continue with the story or the message I was getting at. So get used to the continuation of conversation. So what I meant by when I opened up my left eye and then I looked at the camera and said, you know what that means? I'm referring to the ancestors woke me up and said, all right, it's time for you to do a video. And then the next image I got in my mind was Moses talking to the burning bush. And then Moses was like, I have a talking impediment. I'm not your right guy. I'm not the one chosen for this mission. And God said, you will be chosen for this mission because I chose you. And you'll have your brother Aaron that does speak well to accompany you on your mission. I know it's the 3 planetary alignments that's happening, so a lot of retrogrades happening right here. If I said that right. Is it retrograde? Mercury retrograde. See? It's happening. So I've noticed a lot of the collective is having some speech impediment issues as well. Throat chakras are getting cleared out. I was watching Freya Ray video earlier. Hey babe, how you doing, by the way? I need to finish watching your videos. And Moon. There's a lot of videos. Like, let me slow down. A lot of the collective's videos I've been watching. I love you guys. You're doing a fantastic job, all of you. Guys, I mean ladies and guys. Okay, so sometimes if I say guys, I mean the whole collective. You know the expression. I love all of you, and I'm getting downloads so fast. There's some videos I haven't finished watching all the way through. So some of you collective may be asking, where's Alonzo's notorious comments? And sometimes I didn't leave a comment because I was told, go to this video. Go to this video. Since this month, we're having 3 planetary alignments. Oh, and let me say this too to the baddies out here, Charlie's Angels. A lot of your videos, I'm noticing orbs floating around too. So that's awesome confirmation that the ancestors are at work heavy. They're on overtime. So what was I getting at? So during the 3 planetary alignments that's happening this month, I'm noticing when I get told to do something, I have to do it right away because there's so much information rapidly coming in. I'm understanding why I'm not able to finish, or why my ancestors spirit team don't want me to. I don't want to say don't want me to finish certain videos. Let me phrase it like this. The downloads are coming in so rapidly. Spirit team's allowing me to not finish watching that video at the present moment due to the fact Spirit team wants me to learn another piece of information that I need to learn at that present moment. And then whenever Spirit team says, all right, go to this message, it all makes sense. It's just a grand picture that it's a grand puzzle that's coming together that I'm getting piece by piece. And it's happening by me studying and absorbing massive amounts of information from everywhere. Hence, I may not finish a whole video. I'm just getting that crucial piece that is needed at the present time that my ancestors are telling me I need you to absorb this. It will make sense later. It seems like you're sporadic and you're jumping from one thing like a kangaroo, but this is necessary right now. There's so much happening. Don't let your logical brain block your blessings and block your intuitive divine messages that are needed right now for instructions for you to tell the collective how we're going to usher in this new earth frequency and what our roles are going to be and how we're going to usher in this new generation for the future generation. So when we're on to our next mission, they have a template and instructions on what to do. We're the ones who's the pioneers. We're taking lead and we're going to show them how to do this properly. Because the old system didn't do that at all. Education-wise, health-wise, political-wise, the police structure-wise. Those are the main ones. Religion-wise, there was so much misleading and indoctrination. It just makes me sick, especially when I go to supermarkets now and then we buy bottles of water, which I need to get right now, as a matter of fact, and we have to pay money for it when it's a free resource that Mother Tiamat provides every day. And we have to buy plastic water bottles and so forth, and we have to buy vegetables and fruit and so forth. We can't even grow. Don't let me go there, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't even farm without having a farmer's license. You always have to have a license for something, a license for driving, register your car. Just everything the way it's set up is just bullshit. So everybody go follow Paul Michael, Creditors Academy, to learn a little something and how to get out this jurisdiction for profit. So like when you know, it can drive you mad at times. But with Spirit Team and God always with you, it won't drive you mad to the point where you lose. Throat chakra's trying to be attacked. Where you lose your mind and you lose your direction in life. No, you got to be strong-witted, but when you see what's going on, you get frustrated to the point where you want to have a solution. You're like, okay, this is just bullshit. I'm not participating in something that's meant for my downfall anyways. Like Light was talking about, follow Light on YouTube, another baddie from the collective. She was talking about when you buy houses and when you make certain purchases in the Matrix, you're giving a part of your soul to the Matrix, and that's how they got you, because they have you invested, because you're always working to make sure that mortgage is paid for every month. And the word mortgage means until death, just to let you think on that. So you're signing it's just how everything's set up, and if you know the origin of everything and what certain words mean, then you would know that you're cursing yourself. A lot of the actions we do, if you're unconsciously aware of what you're signing into, you're giving a piece of your soul away on every purchase, because the way the game's rigged and the inflation and the fake fiat money and yada yada, they just got you in a hamster wheel, always giving a lot of your energy or exchanging your energy for money to buy for a house or a car that's already been paid for due to your birth certificate and your signature. Every time you sign your signature, you're giving that person access to your treasury account to take out money that was granted to you from our forefathers, so you can be your own banker and you become responsible after you turn 17 or 25, I believe, to run your own affairs, instead of having the government be your parent and say, okay, you're allowed to only have this allowance of $20 here. You're only allowed to have this allowance for rent, $50 here. Instead of having the government hand you all your resources, you are responsible enough to check your own checkbook balances and have your unlimited resources to be able to keep the economy balanced and just take care of your own affairs and have a roof over your head and all that stuff, right? But just the way this corporation set up, they made us debtors and slaves and all types of stuff. The word citizen means slave, basically. But I'm not a professional in that, so I'm going to direct that demographic that's more interested in how to get yourselves free from this literal matrix. Look up Paul Michael, the Creditors Academy. He's on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I believe he's on all platforms. Yeah. So look him up on Facebook, Instagram, and yada yadas. You'll find out who I'm talking about. And he has a school and academy set up, and he teaches you the literature, the knowledge on how this system operates and how the private side operates and what the benefits are, the pros and cons, You learn so you can get yourself out the matrix. So, 1 second. Ooh, brain freeze. Maybe Jay's. So, I'm glad I took a sip of this water because ancestors are on point. So, once you know that the system that is structured now to keep us basically sheep for the slaughterhouse, you know what I mean? By buying resources that are free in nature, right? But the capitalistic society made us pay money for everything and paying for things that's already been paid for from the funds that are attached to our birth certificate, yada yada. You don't want to participate in something that's rigged. Why the hell you want to get up to go to work for something that you're making another business family richer and richer, and they take 50% of your paycheck to an imaginary character called Uncle Sam, the guy on the wall, the poster saying, we want you just to continue working for them, and you just get robbed. You get the short end of the stick. You want to retire, and then Social Security tells you, unfortunately, you don't have enough Social Security, or we can't grant you your Social Security. So all the years you invested in working for us, you basically worked for free. All right, good luck. You know what I mean? That type of shit just makes you want to go postal on people, you know what I mean? So that's where society's at now. They realize that they've been fucked over left and right so much after they've done everything that the documents say to the T. They still end up somehow being in the wrong, Even though it's supposed to be the saying, the customer's always right. But the government comes, since the government okey-doke to everybody, we have the power we gave to the government, right? And now the government's saying, hey, everybody's in an idiocracy state of mind, like a dull state of mind with fluoride and all the poisoning in our foods, that we're just going to okey-doke them and act like we're the ones that have the power and they're the ones that are supposed to follow us. We have the military backing, we have the power of the law, the judges behind us, we have the media behind us. So we have all the power, we'll just have that illusion that we'll forecast on everybody so we can have them dancing to the beat of our own drums. And guess what? It's happening. But a lot of us is waking up, fortunately. So we're seeing through the facade of all this bullshit of the government, because we're like, wait a minute, we the people are the power, and we gave the government the responsibilities for certain powers, and we have the power to fire and hire people, see? So people need to wake up and see how to take their power back like Jerry Maguire and not give a piece of your soul to this fake matrix, and they're not reciprocal, right? Like if you're in a relationship, for instance, and that communication is not reciprocal off top, it's going to be very hard to trust that person, because God always says, once I show you who they are, that's who they are. First impressions, last impressions. So you really show me who you are. And even if you say, as I say this statement, no, I didn't show you who I am because I'm actually this, you basically fake the funk and you put on a mask and you perpetrate on how you wanted the world to see who you are, when in secret, you're somebody else. So you're still faking the funk. It's hard for someone to trust you. Okay, I'm seeing some of these collective people out here that I just had to let go real quick. And now I'm seeing them, hey, I need you. I need your help. Spirit team's like, hey, man, this may be someone that that may be worth it after they do their true work and none of this love bombing and trickery shit. I know better now. I do have a big heart, but I'm not taking that real quick turnaround shit after no authentic apology like adults are supposed to have. No type of communication, you know what I mean? But now I'm seeing it. But besides the point, it's hard to trust somebody if they showed you their true colors off top. Okay? So I love the confirmations that keep my soul right. I love God keeping my spirit more sacred, keeping me more protected due to the fact that not everybody is as loving and as caring as I am, and I'm no longer going to allow my kindness to get me in trouble because I want to help others. So now God said the true chosen ones in cosmic family will gravitate to me based off the way we're communicating now. The people that get the fake, misleaded GPS coordinates, the ones that are spying, doing fake accounts and just no accountability, just want to steal notes and then regurgitate it on their higher number platform. God and ancestors are all taking account. I mean, I've been watching so many videos of these celebrities out here saying my story basically regurgitated. And I'm finding out that people in power that run these platforms, we're 21 minutes, 56 seconds in, know how to keep my numbers low. So they can regurgitate, steal from me, and then use it on their platforms. I'm seeing people like, yeah, man, it's just, when you're down and out, I love the comeback. It's just weird. I just don't even want to regurgitate it. Just people are using my story left and right. I'm not here. I know they're talking about me when people say, hey, man, well, I'm going through some shit, but I'm not claiming that I know it all. And every time I hear someone say I'm not claiming that I'm a Mr. Know-It-All, whatever, they're talking about your boy right here. I never claimed I know it all. Just people, when they say that, they're just surprised how quick I have my rebuttals. They're like, damn, he's never wrong. No. When you're connected to source, you're always going to have the answer. You seek, you shall find. You ask, you shall receive. It's literally that simple once you do your proper shadow work. I'm not a Mr. Does It. I am a Mr. Does It All, but I'm not a Mr. Know-It-All. Never claimed to be. I always say as a disclaimer, my only disclaimer, is I claim to be a student of life, and I say I don't know shit until God tells me what I need to know at the time. I don't sit here and watch the news and get in fear and shit. I say I'm learning to live in total bliss because there's days I'm up and down, hence I'm a life coach. Hence I was talking to someone, bada bing, about to get married, bada bing, went through my shit, but I've been fucked over before, so I'm showing you the ups and downs. There's no hiding here. I'm not a highlight person. I don't just show you the goods and ups and never show you a bad day. That's fake as fuck. I'm not scared. I don't get embarrassed. I can show you everything. That's how comfortable I am with me. So I'm learning to live in total bliss because I pulled the Eminem 8 Mile on people. I told you exactly what I'm going through in life, so no one can ever say anything as a surprise tactic down the road. Well, he did drugs. He robbed a bank. Yeah, Alonzo's been said that 36 episodes back. He said everything he's done. Show me something he hasn't done or showcased on social media. Please find it. You know? Show me. I would love to see something I never addressed on here or any of my platforms before. So I can sit here and like, oh my God. Like Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin. Like, you're never going to catch me with that face of shock or surprise because you're not. Hence, I tell you what's going on because I've seen so many people's downfall by them not being honest. Then they're all up here. They built their house on a house of cards, their foundation on a house of cards, and someone pulled up one picture that they attempted to hide on the casting couch or something, and someone slides it to TMZ, and then their whole career is crumbled overnight. Because now they gotta come up, I'm so sorry, I'm like metrosexual, I'm bisexual, I like all... Man, we've known your ass a sweet McGee from the jump, so why don't you just tell us? Stop faking the funk. And Now you got caught with a transvestite in the back of a taxi. Okay? It's terrible, man. Nowadays, it's the age of honesty right now, man. We don't have a problem of your preference, sexual preference. We never had. We just have a problem with liars. Misleading the youth when you're in that position of power to say to the audience or the people that are watching you, it's all about talent. It's only your talent. No, it's your booty hole. There's a whole bunch of shit that's involved if you want to be on that screen. You got to give up something, okay? If they're going to give you that much power, you got to give them something for leverage. Hence, they got a lot of breast pockets and safe tapes and digital footage on your ass just in case you get out of line. Hence, we know a lot of these celebrities ain't doing shit that we would do if we had that much power. With all that money, they could have solved this whole world's problems overnight, but you don't see that because obviously there's an agenda out there. They can only go so far. They want to keep you low vibrating. The black culture, hey man, you can be rich, but you can only do this by doing music or playing basketball. But there's a lot of drugs and stuff still going on. A lot of this shooting going on in the hoods, man. I'm sorry, we can't do nothing about it. But we talk about it all the times in our music to make it cool. So we make it a residual loop. Hey, the only way to get money is by selling drugs, killing, robbing, stealing. And if you're op, you got to shoot them, kill them right away, and put them on Instagram. That's the only way to do it. But you have enough money to change the agenda, call out the problem, but you keep on spitting in their music that is cool. I'm not saying people don't go through problems and their neighborhoods is not littered with misfortunes that was socially constructed to happen in the first place. Shit. If I told you that gangs, like all the gangs you see now, right? If I told you they were all created by the government, you would jump off a roof right now, kill you see. People think gangs are just naturally happened. No, man. This was happened. This was structured on purpose to keep us divided. The Reds, the Bloods versus the Crips. All this stuff was created by the government. Ironically, I'm holding the colors. Do your research, and you're not going to find it on the Google. You got to do your research if you're a Fox Mulder, okay? If you know, you know. Palpatine created a website with their narrative in mind, and then you want to type in a question to find out the truth amongst their lies. You think they're going to tell you, yeah, we're lying. No, they're going to tell you, this was either a scam or this is a conspiracy theory, so don't believe it. So as soon as you hear those two words, oh man, it's a scam. Scam's one word, but then conspiracy theorist, your brain's like, all right, those guys are crazy. Those people are just loopy. They got you trained with certain words, buzzwords, to get you not looking at the logical proof. The truth hides in plain sight, and they do that on purpose because they can trick you to make you not believe what your brain's telling you is the truth, just with a few words. So we're just tired of all this dishonesty, you know? So we don't care about your sexual preference, yada, yada. You love how it came back to the foundation of everything. It just boils down to being honest. And if you're honest, then God will always keep you solid. But if you're not honest with yourself or God, then you'll always have an unsteady foundation. God, my ancestors are on point with these downloads. So, in order to be the most authentic version of yourself, and in order to get the most authentic results in life, it all boils down to a few things. Number one, you must know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then how are you going to find your purpose in life? And what I mean by that, some people may think, it's easy, I'll just get a job, what are you talking about? If you don't know who you are, you'll always just be in the state of mind, in the perpetual loop, residual loop of always just working, chasing another paycheck. If you know who you are, then you know you're not supposed to chase paychecks. You're not supposed to operate against Mother Nature. that'll be another time for another topic. We're in 30 minutes in. I can hit you with downloads all night, but I'm actually gonna, I may retire soon, but I need to get this I needed to get this daily motivation out. Think differently. And no filter, I believe. Because a lot of us out here are accepting what's going on, and they're actually falling in line and playing their position to the T. There's people doing their shadow work, right? And there's people faking a funk that they're doing their shadow work. And we know who's real and who's not. So, there is a deadline. And if people are serious about communicating, they know how to communicate. All right, it's very simple to communicate. I'm really at the point where I'm tired of hearing people overthink about shit. You know what I mean? Oh man, I'm overthinking this. I'm sending a text message, but I'm deleting it at the last minute. I don't know what to say. Will they reject me? Will they accept me? If I didn't shave my legs, if I was going all natural 70s status, which they still like me, you would never know until you call. I don't mind all natural status, you know what I mean? Shit, I really don't mind all natural status. You like hairy leg women? It's not about, it's about the spirit. It literally is. Like sometimes I shock myself when I hear myself out loud, but I'm not gonna ever put a boundary up, say if you got hairy legs, I'm not gonna love you. Like I'm not that narrow or shallow. So like if you got a bushy, get your kids out the room. If you got a bushy pussy, shit, I'll still love your ass. Like for real, if you're sweet and you take care of yourself, your hygiene's straight, but if you just like it all natural, you like it King Kong-ish, I may be sleeping with some King Kong bushies. I don't give a fuck, as long as your spirit's right, all right? If your spirit's right and you freak into bed and you're right with yourself, you're in it. I don't want to give you all these bullet points. Oh my God, he has that many boundaries? Just be real with yourself. We can work together. If your communication's straight, you're transparent, we can work through damn near anything. But secretive shit, I can't be around. It's a liability. You're a liability. If you're secretive and you can't show me who you really are, even though my spirit feels the energy who you are, we can be tricked. Like I've been tricked, but that's because we didn't talk. Okay, I need to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like it's different ways. But yada yada. If you're quiet, you're a liability, you're dangerous. You just, how are we going to be comfortable around someone that's quieted and can't express themselves fully or have a problem with communicating in the first place? I'm not saying that disqualifies you from being, I was about to say chosen or selected, but I don't want to sound like that either. But in order for people to be liked or accepted, a lot of times people put false boundaries on them. Oh, I better wear these name brand logos or name brand clothes. I better dress this way in order for this person to like me. We've all been there and done that, so don't shame yourself off of that. But a lot of times we overthink things and then we stop ourselves from our own blessings because we stopped ourselves based off of fear and our own self-imprisonments or our past experiences. Oh, my mother did this to me and my father did this, so that's why I don't communicate. That's good that you accepted that fact. We can work through it. Just don't let your past or your current, basically don't let your excuse be your excuse. To hinder your progression. I know a lot of people out here just telling ghost stories about their past and so forth, and they're still capable of doing something new now, and they're just stuck in their own self-imprisonment mind, like I have been plenty of times. Oh, well, this is not going to work because XYZ. I've been there before too, so I'm not saying something I've not done. And it's very dangerous because you can take one moment of an experience that you label as failure versus labeling it as an experience of growth, and you'll sit on it one day and you'll think you're just depressed for a week, but then that week turns into a month, and then that month turns into a year, and then that year turns into 3 years and so forth. And then by the time you realize how long you've been in that own bubble, that own hamster wheel of self-sabotaging thoughts, you realize 20 years has passed. See, when we're self-engaged with a lot of our own personal issues, we get separated from time, even though time does not exist. That's a man-made tool to keep measurement of our time, to keep things structured for us, you know what I mean? But if you're so trapped on something that you're traumatized from internally, you totally lose the concept of time that's man-made. And then when you wake up one day and you realize how much of this man-made time has actually passed, and something hit you internally too, it's like, oh my God, I wasted so much fucking time. It's too late now. Those voices, oh, it's way too fucking late now. There's no way. Fuck that, you know what I mean? Those are real thoughts that we tell ourselves. So don't beat yourself up when those thoughts come. But that's a part of the shadow work. You ask yourself, why are you feeling these emotions? Yourself will tell you exactly what it is, but then what happens with us humans? You don't want to hear the truth, like, oh no, we rationalize. No, it's not for that reason. It can't be. Instead of just saying, okay, it is for that fucking reason. Okay, fuck it, I was a hater. Okay, I guess I was a hater. Shit, why the fuck was I a hater? Because you were jealous of them. Damn, for real, why the fuck was I jealous of them? Seems like they didn't go to school and they're doing a lot of this easier, and you studied, you did this, you invested a lot of this time, and you're here, but you feel robbed some reason. You feel like they have it too easy, or they should have went through the same course that you did. See, you're starting that comparison thing, and then once you start the comparison route, then you start poisoning yourself, because you feel like, man, if I had to do it, they have to do it. And then you discredit God because you're saying God has to have a certain formula for everybody. Then God wouldn't be divine, right? Or having any type of miracles, because all we would need to do is just follow certain instructions. And then some people out there will say, that's why we have the Bible. No, the Bible is just a basic guide to show us how humans should treat one another. It doesn't tell you the cheat code. You know what I mean? It tells you cheat codes, but it doesn't tell you all the cheat codes. Because God is something that us humans will never understand at this current moment until we go through all of our evolution periods and our lifelines. And I don't even know if that's like a guaranteed answer to find out who God is by going through all those processes. I can't even tell you that with 100% conviction. But my gut feels like that's it, but I'm not going to sit there and stamp that. So, you know, I'm still cautious of things when it comes to God. But, yeah, man, there's no cheat sheet to God. That's why we need to stop comparing our path to someone else's, because you're going to get in the same loop of ghost stories, because you're stuck on that one thought. You're going to stop your own self-evolution and growth. All right, that's a mic drop. Otherwise, I can do this all night, which is good, but, you know, yeah, we'll just do that. Otherwise, yeah, let's just spread out the messages. Okay, can you take off your hoodie? Man, is it always like that? Why don't we do a prayer, or let me read something from our daily bread, okay? Let's get you off some sexual thoughts for once. Beautiful how this book is open. This is not our daily bread. This is a Bible Promises for You, NIV, the New International Version, I believe. But we're on the page Wisdom. The first, I'll just show you this. You can pause it and read it on your own, you know what I mean? I do a lot of earmarks too, or dog ears, however you want to call them. And so you can read it on your own personal time if you're in a rush or whatever the case may be. I'm going to read from Wisdom on page 168. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All who follow her precepts have good understanding. To her belongs eternal praise. Her Tiamat, Spirit Team, Archangel Michael, and Gabriel, thank you all. I love you and definitely love you all. Yay. I put my own notes in here, you know what I mean? For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom. Oh, what I first read, let me read it again. Wisdom. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All who follow her precepts have good understanding. To her belongs eternal praise. Psalm 111:10. And then what I'm going to read next is, for the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom, and the weakness of God is stronger than human strength. 1 Corinthians 1:25. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, I'm going to read that again. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. James 1:5. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Go through your shadow work, right? That's what that's saying. I added that part. It says get wisdom, but I added to do your shadow work, but that is really what it's saying. In order to get wisdom, you must go within and figure out what is blocking you from getting to become the best version that you know you're capable of. So let me reread that. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Through it all, though it cost all, I don't like how that sounded. Rewind. All right, we good? The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it cost all you have, get understanding. Proverbs 4:7. I believe that means exactly what I just said. In order to get wisdom, you must dig within and address those most uncomfortable issues. Ask yourself, why are those issues arising in your life surroundings in the first place? And then you can analyze, okay, this is happening because XYZ. Okay, let me figure out how can I change my current circumstance due to these issues. And then you reverse engineer your circumstance until you're into a new place. I love each and every one of you, Mr. Ballin. Good looking on that Stephen King story. That was dope. I never knew the origin story of Stephen King. If you guys don't know the origin story of Stephen King, look it up. Follow Mr. Ballin, and you may learn something. You may learn a little something new. All right, be a student of life. I highly encourage you to be on a self-development journey. Become the best version that you can be every day. You're going to have your ups and downs, but don't be ashamed of that. That's just growth. And you should never have a failure moment in your life. You should only have experiences that help you grow. If you say it's a failure, then you're basically saying I permanently failed and I will never grow from that area. And that's very detrimental and poisonous to us all. If we just shoot ourselves and say, all right, well, that's done. I failed. I can't do better. That's what you're saying when you say the word fail or failure. I love you all again. Think on that. Take cares and enjoy your every and each day. Stay prayed up and stay loving yourself to the fullest. To the fullest, so you can attract the love that represents you and reciprocates everything that you desire to. I love you. Like, attracts like. Take care.